So is it any wonder people are afraid of technology?
Technology!
Today on an all-new Dr. Phil, an all-new Dr. Phil investigation.
Let's go.
In pursuit of suspected predators.
Do not move.
How this young girl was lured with just her cell phone.
He said that we were gonna go and talk.
And a wake-up call.
Do you think she's in danger?
For the teen sending shocking photos to strangers online.
My friends said that's normal.
They could easily find her over her phone.
This is Playing with Fire. How do we overcome technophobia in education? A digital story by John Hine. Do we worry too much? Too many times as educators, we worry about what kids might do if they have too much freedom to use technology like computers, smartphones, and social networking. They might meet a predator online or buy drugs. They might put pictures of themselves to get them into trouble, or put pictures of others. These problems are real, without a doubt, but should we let them decide how we teach our children? Cyberbullying is absolutely a real problem. Schools need to have an informed policy on dealing with it both in and out of the schools. However, cyberbullying for the most part takes place outside of schools. Students do not need to have access to a school computer or other device to be a victim or a perpetrator of cyberbullying. The truth is, the more time students use technology in a structured environment, the higher the likelihood that they will develop safe and responsible habits. It is the students that have access to the tech with little or no adult supervision that most likely get into trouble. Are we providing safety or suffocation, and how much protection is overprotection? Gavin Tully hosted a TED Talk called 5 Dangerous Things You Should Let Your Kids Do. It contains some eloquently put ideas about how we might be overprotecting an entire generation of kids. The entire thing is worth watching, but here are a few great quotes from his talk.
We live in a world that's subjected to ever more stringent child safety regulations. There doesn't seem to be any limit on how crazy child safety regulations can get. We put suffocation warnings on every piece of plastic film manufactured in the United States or for sale with an item in the United States. We put warnings on coffee cups to tell us that the contents may be hot. And we seem to think that any item sharper than a golf ball is too sharp for children under the age of 10. So where does this trend stop? When we round every corner and eliminate every sharp object, every pokey bit in the world, then the first time that kids come in contact with anything sharp or not made out of round plastic, they'll hurt themselves with it. So as the boundaries of what we determine as the safety zone grow ever smaller, we cut off our children from valuable opportunities to learn how to interact with the world around them. And despite all of our best efforts and intentions, kids are always going to figure out how to do the most dangerous thing they can in whatever environment they can.
Another technophobic issue in education, aside from fears of what could go wrong, are our own fears of unfamiliarity with new technology. After all, doesn't it seem that as soon as you learn to use a new device or program, it becomes obsolete? Or the time it takes to learn to do something and teach our students to do it takes too much time away from other things like grading tests or delivering SOL content?
Hi, I'm John, and I'm going to give you a guided tour of the latest revolution in computer technology, the Mactini, the smallest computer in the world. You'll notice it only has one key, but it still performs all the functions of a regular keyboard. For instance, if I want to type the letter A, I press it once. For the letter Z, I press it, you guessed it, 26 times.
So what can we do? How can a school leader overcome technophobia? As leaders, it is important to allow for mistakes and failures, to let teachers and students know that we expect there to be bumps along the way. Create a culture full of professional development, but also one that encourages people to take risks and take chances, to try something that might not work. In other words, encourage people to play with fire.
Thing number 1, play with fire. Learning to control one of the most elemental forces in nature is a pivotal moment in any child's personal history. Whether we remember it or not, it's the first time we really get control of one of these mysterious things. These mysteries are only revealed to those who get the opportunity to play with it. So, playing with fire.